Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. This seems a little bit weird. There we go. Full screen it. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. I'm trying something different, so I'm like killing two birds with one stone because I get to talk more tech, and then also just find out if it was a Chrome browser that got it to be like all finicky, or if it is like that now. So, yeah, let me know. Let me know if it's being finicky or just whatever it may be. It seems like pixelated or whatever. Let's see. If you're coming in, say hello. I'm just gonna watch the live stream from my other phone, just kind of see how it looks. The ads must have kicked in. Yeah. Hey, Jeremy, what's going on? It's funny because I'm not seeing any of this. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Okay, let's see. Okay, so the stream still kind of looks kind of weird, but it doesn't look too bad. Yeah, it looks low res, but it doesn't look like it did on the live stream earlier, where it looked like massively pixelated. So, yeah, that's the best I'll be able to do. I'm using the Pixel 5a right now to stream, and it's not on the Wi-Fi, but it is using T-Mobile's network. So, another time I'll use the visible line. But yeah, we're talking Pixel Watch here in a little bit. We're talking Verizon's 30-day trial. Hey, Eric, how's it going? Welcome in, welcome in. It's so weird to try and like run this from a mobile phone, but at the same time too, like, I don't know, I just think this format kind of looks pretty cool. So you have like the top part with just like, you know, the visuals. You have all the comments below, and even then I can just switch off to my avatar. Just literally keep it to the avatar if I wanted to do that. So, but my dog's being weird out here. Joseph, hello, how's it going? How's it going? All right, let's talk Verizon. No one would have thought Verizon was going to was literally going to do a 30-day trial, eSIM supported trial. That's just new to everything. So, by the way, hey, I want to hear your gabbing. Let me turn on the do not disturb mode. I don't want any notifications coming through. I'll put the brightness up so I can see. Yeah, so Verizon's got a 30-day free trial. You literally just use eSIM on your device, and pretty much similar to T-Mobile's network pass, except it's not 90 days, it's only 30 days. So you get 1 month to try out Verizon, which, you know, a lot of people were just like, that's unusual for Verizon to do. Usually Verizon doesn't give out a lot. They've been very confident in their network itself, that they always felt like their network would speak for itself, in that they didn't have to go the route of giving, like, you know, a free trial period or anything like that. So when I heard that Verizon was going to do this, I was like, wow, enough. Chihuahuas. So anyways, how many of y'all actually got the 30-day trial, like signed up for it right now? Verizon is being more generous and visible. Yeah. Yeah, they are. I mean, but you know, if you want to put it in the same slice, T-Mobile is being more generous than Metro. I don't think AT&T's got a free trial period. So you're already on Verizon prepaid. But prepaid and postpaid don't have the same priority access, right? So if you actually did want to try out, like, to see what the difference is between Verizon prepaid and Verizon postpaid, then yeah. I didn't even know this free trial. Yeah. Sneed and them talked about it. I'm talking about it now. So now that you know, you can look into it. But of course, you have to have eSIM on your device in order to take advantage of it. Which, you know, I question a lot of it. Like, even like the T-Mobile side too. Like, what would be wrong with no, they don't? Who doesn't? You gotta be a little more specific, Gene. No, they don't. Can apply to anything. US Mobile now gives priority data. I guess when I speak of priority data access, I'm like literally talking about KCI levels, right? Like what KCI they're on. I know they call it priority data access, like through US Mobile, through Visible, through Mobile X. They call it that just because, I mean, it's going to be Cricket has a trial. Okay, thanks for clearing that up. But they're not gonna say, oh, on US Mobile using Verizon's network now you got C-band support. I mean, that just doesn't roll off the tongue to market to the masses out there who really don't follow the telecom industry like that. So, you know, just call it priority access is what they're gonna call it. I just switched my Verizon prepaid to eSIM, and it was a headache, but it's now switched. I mean, I don't know. Gene. Maybe Tuesday, if you want to go live with me on my channel, you can do it through the mobile app, because I actually want to test out simul live streaming. So just let me know when you're available on Tuesday, and then when I set up the live stream from the YouTube app, I will send you the invite to join in, and we can kill two birds with one stone by testing dual live streaming from the YouTube app. So we can do that. And maybe you can fill us in more about the headache it was to switch from physical SIM to eSIM. Not that long ago, after I finished the live stream, like I told you guys, I probably jumped back on Visible, and I did. And then, you know, to help my wife out, I used her referral code. So I went ahead and re-put Visible back on. And it's nothing against Mobile X or anything like that. So I don't want people to think like Mobile X was like horrible or... you're not late. I just started about 8 minutes ago, Blaze, so you're not late at all. But, you know, there's nothing wrong with Mobile X. It's just, you know, doing live streaming and stuff like that. I just really would not worry about, like, the amount of data that I use. So technically, I'm like in that percentage that Mobile X kind of talks about that uses a lot of data. And they're pretty cool about it, because it's not like they're going to chastise me, you know, just for using their services for 1 month and then letting go of that service or giving that service to my kid, whichever comes first. Yeah, I'll let, just DM me on Twitter on Tuesday, and then I'll let you know. No, I'm trying to read that comment. No, I don't want to show. No. He's doing that. Stop. Hide. Trying to do this where I'm not like touching the... Pixel 6a factory unlocked that Best Buy is selling. Everything's got to get in the way. No, I don't want to highlight it. Let's see. Does this model have low band and mid band and high band? Or which 5G flavors does this have? So it has low and mid band for the Pixel 6a. The 6a is not going to have millimeter wave access. The Restream text bubbles are very, very small. Yeah, it's because it's streaming in portrait for like mobile phone. So the kind of the way that I shoot my videos and everything like that, Yeah, no millimeter wave for the 6A, just sub 6 5G. That's all that the Pixel 6A has. If you want millimeter wave access, you're going to have to go with a 7 Pro or 6 Pro or Pixel 5. None of the phones that you buy from Google would be locked to Google. They're all unlocked. If you buy it from the Google store, they're all unlocked. If you buy it from Google Fi, it's already unlocked. Google does not lock down the phones at all. The only companies that will lock down the phones, Verizon will lock it for a period of time. T-Mobile will lock it for a period of time if you get it through carriers. But if you get it through the Google store or through Google Fi, it's not locked at all. Data access in T-Mobile in the basement is like what you would see in a horror movie. I'm using T-Mobile right now. The Pixel 5 has the network pass on it, so I'm using T-Mobile's 5G. It's not connected to my home internet, because everybody's on the home internet now. So it's like 3 smart TVs, 1 PlayStation 4, 6 cell phones. They're all pulling from it right now. T-Mobile has a new prepaid service called T-Mobile Connect. I saw an ad on Facebook. Yeah. Fortunately for me, I'm not going to be taking advantage of T-Mobile just because their network services went down. Best Buy sells factory unlocked Pixel 6a. Yeah, it does. My brother got a Pixel 6a from Best Buy, and his is unlocked. He can put on whatever carrier he wants, but he uses Cricket. So that's the services that he has it on. My Chihuahua is just chilling right there. But yeah, if you are in the need for, hey, don't you even. What you gonna bark for? First of all, the dog can't see you. Secondly, you're like not even a foot tall. That's a pit bull across over there. That thing will eat you like a Hershey's Kiss. Ugh. In the house, he's barking. Get. Just had to let the dog inside because it was just gonna bark because the other dog was barking. Yeah. I feel like that I'm slowly becoming like the disliked person on Twitter. Like, I don't know if my tweets are hidden or whatever because of the things that I've tweeted or whatnot. I don't know. Yeah, my dog is brave. Yeah, she will stand toe to toe even with a Rottweiler. That's what scares me about her, because I don't think she realizes what her size is. She doesn't know how to size herself against other dogs. She just thinks she can. And like, she's got a very tiny snout, so I'm like, she would not even pinch a grip of flesh from another big dog. Like, there's just no way. So she'll get eaten pretty fast. Anyways, reason I say that's because I've been very vocal. Like, I don't know. I find it funny. Everyone has their opinions, right? And I respect people's opinions. I mean, and people are going to walk around and say that having a Pixel watch does not look like a watch for a man. I mean, I don't know. Thank you for the $1 super chat, man. Really appreciate it. We can go into the YouTube feed and I'll see what it is. I'm always curious to know what exactly it is. So let's go in here and let's see. No, just a $1 super chat. Okay. I thought it was like a super sticker or something. I was going to try and see what it was. But, yeah, I guess I'll have this open on the side here too, so I can also see the chat, so I don't have to like go through it and have it all popping up or whatever. But just to test it to see what you guys are seeing, let me go ahead and do this. Just put that up here on the screen, and I'm gonna look over here. I mean, it's not too tiny. I have the video stream feed right there. I can see it pretty big from the very bottom if you full screen it. And that's the reason why that I went that route too, was so that you guys are able to full screen your screens and such. Do you get competitive eaters feeding in your YouTube feed? What do you mean competitive eaters? That's the first time I heard that term. What is a competitive eater? The Pixel Watch I have seen in the Google Store are nice looking for. Yeah, I mean, I honestly feel like that's one of the reasons why like Google didn't make the actual like watch itself like so ginormous. I think they're considering, you know, that basically man and woman is going to be using them, so just find that balance in between. But really, honestly, it's really not even that small. Like, I guess it also depends on your body type too. Like, I know, like if I was like super skinny, this thing would look a lot bigger on me. But because I am chubby and I don't have small wrists, so it looks like that. Katrina Eats Kilos is one of them. No, I haven't seen that profile. That's a profile. I haven't seen that on here, or at least I haven't seen the comments or anything like that. I check comments maybe about twice a day. So once in the morning and once in the evening before I go to bed. That's when I check. That. So I never seen that person. Well, okay. Pixel Watch. it's such a sad topic because there's two sides of the table. One side of the table that wants to watch the last 5 days. The other side of the table that is okay with having to charge it every night or maybe every other night. I have basically, stated that I can get 35 to 36 hours on the Pixel Watch from a single charge. It's World Cup weekend. If any one of us is into soccer, I don't really watch a lot of soccer, to be honest. I don't even really watch the NFL anymore. Ever since all that political stuff got involved in the NFL, I stopped watching it. I don't watch much boxing just because you have weird people like they're getting into boxing, and while I get they're trying to revive the sport and make it popular again at the same time, I'm just like, if they made worthy fights, I think people would get back into boxing. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I don't think I really watch much of any sports anymore. It's kind of sad. Excuse me for yawning. I do feel a little bit tired. I'm just trying to stay awake as long as I can to go to sleep at a good time. Therefore, I can be up tomorrow for work. I'm gonna work tomorrow and then be off Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Ryback eats food on some of the videos on Ryback TV. Oh yeah, I seen Ryback's YouTube channel. Tank fighting Garcia supposedly. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen Ryback's YouTube channel. It's not so bad. Anyway, before we get into like open discussion and stuff like that, just giving a thought to people. The Pixel Watch is fine. It really is, and I'll keep saying it. I keep getting questions on it, like how the watch has been for me. It's been fine. It works fine. I've taken phone calls from it. I would say if you have the volume full blast, it sounds like a squawk box. So that's probably a caveat to the Pixel Watch. If you're looking for like a premium sounding speaker, this is not the move. But then again, it's a watch. Like logically, and you guys know I like to use that word, logically, I know a small speaker like that is not going to be punchy. The display is just fine. I just get worried that I'm going to crack the display, so I don't wear the watch too much. Like I wear it if I'm going out on a date with the wife, or if I'm going going places or whatever. If I go to work, I really don't wear it, just because, I mean, first of all, at work, I can't wear it on my wrist when I'm at work. Because I have the microphone and it can be a recorded device, we're not allowed to have it while we're working. We got to put it in a locked drawer. So there's no point in me carrying it to work if I'm going to not even wear it majority of the day that I'm out there. The travel on the way home does not suffice for me to put the watch on and take it with me to work. So when I do work, I don't take it with me. Weekends, I'll wear it, just wear it like around the house. But I think I'll wear it more often when I get like a protective case for it to protect it from cracking, screen protector on it to protect it from cracking. Once I pretty much protect the watch, then I can wear it like more frequently. Let's see. I'm off all week for Thanksgiving holiday. We're closed. Oh, okay, cool. So that means you're available to do a live stream with me Tuesday. I'll let you know what I'm going to do. It'll probably be Tuesday, maybe a little bit afternoon, my time. So probably about like 3:00 p.m. your time. Is the Pixel Watch selling a lot? I don't know if the Pixel Watch is selling a lot. I really don't count sales. And the reason why I don't count sales is because there's people who buy it so they can unbox it, review it, or buy it to try it out. And then if they're not satisfied with it, they send it back. So, I mean, there could be like a lot of purchases, but I don't know what the percentage of returns are. But I would say that people are grabbing it just to say that they have a Pixel Watch. Yeah, it does. It does have a protective case. You can find them on Amazon. So that's always nice, right? I am waiting for the missus to get home so we can have dinner and such. She's not getting off work until like another 2 hours from now. She'll be off work. And then tomorrow she's working a 12-hour shift. So I think it's 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. No, not tomorrow. That's Tuesday. Yeah, tomorrow she's working really late. And she goes in at about 10 o'clock and she's not getting out until late night. And then Tuesday she's working from 6 to 6, so a 12-hour shift. And I think Wednesday as well. I look like a Jedi Knight from Star Wars with the hood on. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so in closing, I mean, the Pixel Watch is fine. Everyone has their preferences, and I think that whatever your preference is, that's totally fine, right? If the Pixel Watch is not the right size for you, if you don't see it being a right size for you, then yeah, go with the Samsung Galaxy Watch or, TicWatch. Amazfit has some pretty good watches too. Yeah, but if you like your watch beefy and bulky, by all means, go for it. People compare the Pixel Watch to the Apple Watch Ultra. Me, in my perspective of everything, it's like, yeah, no. I know people bring up a very good point. That they acquired Fitbit. They have years with Android Wear, so they should be able to make their first watch like accommodating. But size is not really an accommodation per se. Like, I mean, it is if you have bad eyes and you really need a bigger display to see things, which is why I'm hoping that they will make it bigger next year. Not next year. I'm hoping maybe like another year or so. But the next generation of the Pixel Watch, I'm hoping it does have a bigger display for those people who didn't like this size. The size is fine with me, but I'm not the gold standard for everybody. It looks like a real watch. Yeah, it does. It does look like a real watch. And I think that's one of the things for me here, because here in my city, like, you will get robbed for your smartwatch. Especially, so like, I remember, what was it, like 2.5 months ago? This dude tried to yank the Amazfit Bip U Pro, the other watch that I have, fitness tracker, because it's squared and the band that I had on it kind of looked like an Apple Watch band. So they literally thought it was an Apple Watch and they tried to take it. I haven't had anyone eye this watch on my wrist at all whatsoever. And I just think that, bigger watches to them are smartwatches. And so, yeah, I think it's modeled off of the Fitbit. Well, it's not really modeled off the Fitbit. So Google acquired Fitbit for the health services, right? So rather than them building health services from the ground up, scratching up there. What's up, Ricky? From them building it from the ground up, they just acquired Fitbit that already had stuff implemented in. All they really had to do was just implement that stuff in with Android Wear. So Yeah, rather than building from the ground up, they just acquired a company. That's all they really did. And the Fitbit, you know, it's very similar to Google Fit. There's not really much of a difference, honestly. It's not really much of a difference at all whatsoever. I mean, the things that you're able to track. There are some things that the Fitbit app has more in detail compared to Google Fit, which I just think that, you know what, they should just take Google Fit and Fitbit app and just merge them together into a Google Fitbit, or just keep it as Google Fit, you know? I want to try Simple Mobile on the Verizon network. They were part of the TracFone family. Simple Mobile was, huh? So they're no longer using T-Mobile's network, I'm assuming? Because, well, I remember Simple Mobile was using T-Mobile for a while. They just need to get rid of all those different brands, in my opinion. This is my opinion. You guys don't have to agree with me. But having Net10, TracFone, Straight Talk, Simple Mobile, having all those is just like weird. Just like kill all of them, roll them all into one, call it TracFone. I know that TracFone carries a name from way back in the day before smartphones. TracFone was just a prepaid phone service. Literally, like, you bought top-up cards, you load up, it loaded up your minutes. And every time you sent a text message, it was half a minute. You see the text message, it was half a minute. You make a phone call, it was like a minute. Down here, when you bought Simple Mobile here, they sold it where it was using T-Mobile's towers. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, with the acquisition of TracFone from Verizon, and probably got rid of the connections to T-Mobile. And I know Straight Talk, when you activate on Straight Talk before the acquisition, you can choose which carrier you are going to rely on. It was AT&T, T-Mobile, or Verizon. So I don't know if they still do that. Appreciate that. Oh, whoa. Okay, so we got a new member to the channel, and this is cool because I am bringing member support, like members only live streams. Those are coming. When more people become members, it's an incentive to be in those live streams and to be able to chat. Like, anyone else will be able to listen to the live stream, but wouldn't be able to chat in it if it was members only. And I'm I am going to start doing that soon. Maybe I'll kick it in full gear 4 times a month, starting 2023. So one of the live streams, then maybe I'll do a live on members only on Tuesday, live on Wednesday. No, actually flip it around, because Ricky goes live like on Wednesdays. So I'll probably do my live stream on Wednesday, and then a member only on live on Tuesday, members only on either Tuesday evening or Wednesday morning. I have Straight Talk home phone service, and Verizon got rid of AT&T and T-Mo, and we're on Verizon's network only. Yeah, the home phone, that's probably, you have, so this, see if I get this right with the Straight Talk home phone service. Is that where they give you like a base that you plug into an outlet, and it has a SIM card in it, and then you plug your home phone, whether it's cordless or wired phone, but you plug it in to the phone jack that on the home base? His next live will be 8:30 p.m. Wednesday. You guys don't miss that day. Yeah, so it's the ZTE home base. The reason why is because the company I work for sells services like that. So we have a home base that we sell, and the home base, basically you put a SIM card in it, and it acts as a home phone, because you take your home phone unit and you plug it into the phone jack that's on the home base that's receiving a signal via the SIM card. So it's connected to the network. I told the person on the phone, they were like, having like a backup phone or something like that. I was like, if you have one of those adapters to plug into the cigarette lighter port, I call it a cigarette lighter port. I know it has a new name now because most people don't use it to light their cigarette, but I'm old school, so I call it the cigarette lighter port. But if you plug one in there that has an AC adapter, you plug that into it, you should be able to run your home phone. If you have like one of those cordless home phones that you just charge on the base, take it off and everything, turn it into a mobile phone. Let's see, let me catch up some of these comments here. Hopefully they keep Verizon prepaid separate for those that need help from in-store reps. Yeah. You ever heard of Moxie or Mosey? No, never heard of it. It's called a power port. I call it a cigarette lighter port. At the end of the day, it was used to light cigarettes back in the day. You had that little thing, you push it in there, and it heats up, it pops out, and you light your cigarette with it. And it's funny too because that was like a person's like weapon. If someone like came in through the window to try to take your car, you push a cigarette lighter in, you kind of try to fight them off. When it popped out, you grabbed it and you burned their hand, right? And if the person ran and flee, it was easy for the cops to find them because you would let them know I burnt them with my cigarette lighter, and they would just look for a person that had a fresh burn mark. They make cheap cellular phones for customers on the ACP program. Oh, okay. No, I never heard of them. And yeah, I mean, and for the Lifeline program. When the Lifeline programs become the ACP, it's all been rolled into one. Siggy port is legit. Yeah. Yeah, I remember in my car, a couple of my friends back in the day, they wanted to burn one and they didn't have a lighter, so it was funny watching them because they were trying to burn it, but they weren't trying to have it burn so fast, so they would they would lick their fingertip and kind of like dab around the heat to slow it down from burning all the way through. But it was just funny watching them light it from those old school car cigarette lighters. Yeah, Siggy port for sure. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my Boost Mobile line. I really should have just ported that number over to Visible now that I'm back on Visible again. Yeah, you guys are probably sick and tired about how many providers I switched to. But like I said, when you try to track your usage because you don't want to go over it, it does kind of build anxiety. So with Visible, because I'm not a power user, but I do use a lot of data, especially when I'm live streaming a lot. It would just make sense for me to keep Visible. So like I said in the beginning of the live stream, nothing wrong with Mobile X. There's nothing wrong with them. They're totally fine. I just see nothing. I just don't see anything wrong with Mobile X or anything like that. It's just, you just have to be real. US Cellular bills Lifeline and ACP separately, so I have over $50. Oh, cool. US Cellular is one that I've used their service way back in the day when I lived in Oklahoma, and I was able to experience their services 2 years ago when I went to Oklahoma when I had Google Fi. Because T-Mobile was very crappy in the state of Oklahoma, so it auto put me on US Cellular. That's one of the things that I do like about Google Fi. I just wish that they picked a better carrier to really kind of connect with. It would have been awesome if they were able to broker a deal with Verizon and use Verizon's network. That would have been so totally cool. But then you wouldn't get like the overseas stuff. Unless they kept T-Mobile and brokered a deal to have Verizon as one of the carriers that they use for services, and because then you can use the Google Fi dialer codes to force yourself on Verizon's network. Mobile X is a beta. Yeah, I know it's a beta. I know it is. I'm out of the 10-day trial, right? And I went. Well, the guys at Mobile X helped me out because trying to select the plan and everything like that, they were just like, you know what, we'll just throw you on the 30 gig plan. I was like, okay, that's fine. Google Fi was awesome during travel. Yeah. Anytime anyone says they're going to travel, I always recommend Google Fi. And you don't even have to keep the services, right? Like if you're someone who maybe travels like 2 or 3 times a year, you can get Google Fi service, use it overseas. When you come back, you can pause the service where it's not actively billing you, and then enable it back when you need it to travel. I was hiking in Iceland and I had high-speed LTE. Yeah, Google Fi basically has they have some really good connections internationally, and then of course T-Mobile does too. So they are able to provide you that high speed service, and it's just really cool how it just works wherever you go. I just pause 5 between trips too. Yeah, that's what I tell my family members, because my dad and stepmom, they go to the Philippines. They go there a lot. Well, not a lot. Let me take that back, but they do go there. They do visit there, and I told them, like, just go with Google Fi. Get a Google Fi service, put it in both your phones. It works, and you will work overseas. You'll be just fine. Have 5G in Helsinki. Nice. Google Fi is offering customers 1 year of free YouTube Premium. Yeah, Google Fi is starting to get competitive. They really are. I mean, so I had an old account with Google Fi, and I don't know if I told you guys a story. My very, very first account with Google Fi, like, I financed a phone for me and a phone for my wife. And then not long after, the Pixel 3 was launched, and so I went ahead and financed the Pixel 3, and then I financed the Pixel 3a. I don't know how someone was able to get other phones through my Google Fi, but literally right now with that Gmail account, I have been paying little by little, because I can't just fork it all over, but I've been paying on a bill that's close to about $2,000. That's just on device charges. That's not even, I've already paid off the service charges. Back then, it was only like the 5 Flex plan. They didn't have the unlimited plan just yet. So yeah, I'll just paying for the usage. Let's see. If you had a portable power station, solar panel, and Verizon home internet or Straight Talk home internet, it could be used as a portable Wi-Fi and eliminate data use on phones. Yeah, that could be true, but that can't work when you are on the move. Straight Talk home internet isn't available here. It runs off Verizon home internet. Yeah, I'm also hearing rumors that with these home internet, with these wireless home internet services, like through T-Mobile, the Metro, and Verizon and Straight Talk, I'm hearing that they're thinking about doing like a zone lock, if that makes any sense to anybody. I know someone's gonna have the correct terminology and probably comment it later, but basically like a geographic, like a geo lock. So if you take your router outside of like your zone, then they will disable the connection, because they can definitely tell that you are moving about with the services, right? Now, it's different if you're moving from an address to another address. Obviously, people are going to update their billing address and such. But like if you're like moving on the interstate, they will lock connection from your router. Geolocking, yeah. I heard they're going to start doing that just because people actually have been. There's people who are like, they have that mentality where it's like, rather than just, getting phone service, they can have multiple devices connected to a router. They just pay for the router and service, right? I did see someone buy one at Walmart the other day. They bought the Straight Talk one. So they paid, I know they paid $100 for the router, and then they got a service card for the amount to cover to start the internet service. No, it's not the same as device locking, because device locking means that you can't put a different SIM card in it. So if you get your device from Verizon, you can't just go and get a T-Mobile SIM and pop it in there and it starts working. That's a device lock. Geo-lock basically is that if you're like, if I sign up for Straight Talk, for home internet, and my billing address and everything is my current address here, if they were able to ping my router and it shows them that I'm like driving down I-40 heading east towards Oklahoma, they could have my services locked out from my router providing Wi-Fi, just because it's not in its geographical zone. That's what a geolock is. I heard that T-Mobile had been selling their unlimited home internet services to RVers. I'm not sure if they did. The sad thing about it is, and like I know a couple of people in my neighborhood, like I'm not going to advertise that the router I have is on the unlimited, because I know there's like right now there's people here that's getting the T-Mobile home internet, but they're on the metered one, I guess. So they get like 100 gigabytes of data. And I'm sure they'll be happy when I move, because whoever was on basically waiting for the unlimited to open in this area, if I move from here to a different location and I take my internet with me, then it opens up a spot for them to take that unlimited. You know, because like, I mean, they're trying not to have so much traffic on their cell towers. So I mean, it makes sense. But if they're giving it to RVers, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know exactly how they're going to do the geo-locking. I don't know if there's like specifics that they put on the account. Just for what I do, when there's limitations from the company, those limitations could be bypassed if we actually put something on the account besides notations that says the reason why that these limitations are not applying to this account. We can do that through my job. And previous jobs that I worked at before, you were able to do that. So I would see them basically doing the same thing. Or maybe there's like a specific plan, SKU code that they have in the system that they place upon your account, rather than you being on like the regular unlimited or the 100 gigabyte data. They probably have like a third plan that's put on there that's specifically for RVers, and that lets the system know like they're using it for their RV. So they travel a lot. And then but it's something that you would have to have the T-Mobile Care Rep place on your account, kind of like doing like a plan change, even though the plans are exactly the same as the unlimited. But through the system and the code that it reads for it, it's going to be like RV. Probably that's what they have. They just limit the towers the gateway can connect to. Yeah, which is like, I don't know. I mean, I get the whole idea of fixed wireless access. I get it. I support it. You know, I know that major cable companies don't like it because it cuts them out of the whole, you know, the whole deal. And, you know, I mean, why not? You know, you don't have to have someone come to your house and do a whole bunch of work, right? I mean, the T-Mobile home internet, the Verizon home internet, it's very, very simple. You get the gateway. SIM card's already inside the unit. If not, then you punch out the correct size for the SIM port, pop that SIM in there. Everything should be activated because you've already, you know, paid for your first month's service, and you just turn the router on. Make sure that it's in a high elevated area. Make sure that it's got, you know, good signal. You can test around your house where you get the best connection, and then have the router placed in that area to disperse the connection to all your IoTs, which is fine. Are you using Visible Plus or Visible Minus? I'm using Visible Plus. Yeah, I'm going to use Visible Plus. That's what I signed back up with again. I made an entirely different account, so I get an entirely different phone number. And my wife, she has the Visible Minus. That's her plan. So I used her referral code. So her next bill that's coming up soon, she's only going to pay $10. So she'll get that $20 credit for me using her referral code. So that works out. I only paid $25 today instead of $45. It's not too bad. Service is not too bad at all. No. I want the chat. Put me back in the chat. Let's see. But yeah, Visible is not too bad. But I will tell you this much right now. I learned something from Visible today. If there are too many lines opened up with the same address, they will flag your address, and it will become a pain in the ass to get a new line activated if you use the same address. So like, I'll be up with you guys, right? Like, I've made, it is not a mistake. It's just how I did it. All the times that I have jumped back over to Visible, I had to use a different email address to sign up, but use the same address. So there's like seven Visible lines present, active, and non-active past that have been active with this address as the billing address. So now if I try to like open a line, it won't do it. I would have to talk with support, and I wasn't going to sit for 3 hours waiting for support. Visible, that's one main caveat about Visible that I will say, that they need to get their head out of their ass. They're just gonna have to make the plunge and get a freaking, call center, or just hire people to work remotely. But they need to have people start answering phone calls, because their chat is bad. It is trash. It is BS. Okay, and I'm using the services. So like I am on a prayer that my services does not have any issues that I have to contact customer care, because it's a long wait. I popped in just to try and see if I can get the activation fixed. Thankfully, so like I paid my $25 fee to start the service. They still wanted me to pay. I went back to the page to set up payment. I was like freaking out on it, like why? And my wife told me, she was like, she got an alert on our bank account that they charged 25. I was like, I'm not going to press, to pay now to start service if it already charged my 25. So I was waiting to chat with somebody. And when I first started the chat, it was like experiencing high volume, which is normal for them. They're always going to experience high volume. And it wasn't until about 35 minutes later did it say that I was number 45. And then that was just, yeah. I'm like, they have to. They have to. They cannot be pushing people to just do chat. Oh yeah, I'll be able to share my referral code online. I'll post it to Twitter later on. I'll get it and then I'll throw it up on Twitter. But yeah, it doesn't make sense for Visible to do that, to just funnel everybody to chat. I mean, it's good to have chat, because if it's just a quick thing you're doing, or maybe you're at work and you have like a web browser open and you're chatting with them as you're getting work done, then yeah, that's one thing. But there are some people who just need to vocally talk to somebody and get a vocal response. And so Visible just needs to do that. They need to. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. So I'll say that let's see, their Facebook Messenger seems better than their chat. Yeah, I don't have Facebook anymore. I don't have Facebook anymore. I can DM them on Twitter, but Facebook Messenger, yeah, no. But even if they have Facebook Messenger, I mean, see, there is a position there that the rep can call out to the person, right? So like if they know that it's going to be something that they got to like vocally talk about or whatever, then the rep can actually audio call out to the customer and just talk with them. I don't know about that. By the way, appreciate you for being in here, Lawrence. Glad you came in. But yeah, I don't know. Will that literally I don't know, will it have like the same effect as the chat through the app? I mean, how many people do they have logged in? Well, no, it's not really too bad about my Facebook. I mean, I needed to get away from Facebook. Like really, closest thing to Facebook that I'm using is MeWe, and I enjoy using that. So like I'm on MeWe. So if you're on MeWe, I'll tweet my link on Twitter for my MeWe, and you guys can follow me there. I got different groups on MeWe. One for my photography, one about tech, one about vlogging, and then just my main profile, which I just share my thoughts, and that's that. I'm also on Mastodon, and I think I posted the link to my Mastodon in my Twitter bio. And yeah, shout out to the 6 or 7 people that's following me on Mastodon now. Appreciate you guys. I know Lawrence is one of them. So, and Mastodon is pretty much just like Twitter, except that it's like different servers, not just one server, but it's like different server. Those servers act as communities. So I'm in the Tech Social Hub. I think it's what my server is, where my account lies. But you can find people on any of the servers as long as you know what their handle name is going to be, or you know their first and last name. Then you'll be able to find them just by doing a search. So someone could be in the actual Mastodon server, and you'll be able to find them there if you just know their name and their handle. With Twitter, you can send a message and go back to that message and not have to look at your phone or tablet or hope it don't crash. Yeah, I mean that's true. That is true. And Visible does actually do customer service or customer care from Twitter. And I know that because when my wife had an issue with them and we were chatting with the person on Twitter DM, it made it easier because we were also able to share pictures and we were able to share screen video, like screen video record, to show them what we were doing. So that way they couldn't have to second guess and be like, did you do it right? Are you sure you did it this way? Because if we would have like a video, a screen grab video that showed what we were doing step by step and what error we got. So, I mean, that's probably the benefit of both Facebook Messenger and Twitter. Should Visible be rolled into the TracFone brand? No, I think Visible should operate as a separate entity. I just think that all the TracFone brands should all be rolled into just TracFone, right? And just make it, for. Actually, drop the TracFone brand name, roll them all into Total by Verizon, and you'll have Total by Verizon, Visible by Verizon, and Verizon Prepaid. I mean, because gotta call Verizon Prepaid the same. Can't change it up to match all the other ones because that'd be so totally weird if you called it Verizon by Verizon or Verizon Prepaid by Verizon. I mean, that's just a really long name. But roll them all up into one because, and okay. Well, I'll take it on this. I'm an asshole. I'm literally a fucking asshole because I will laugh at people who would say like, I had TracFone last week, and I took my number over to Straight Talk. Straight Talk is so much better than TracFone. I'm just like, yeah, you go, boy. You got it. Yep, it's all you. I just don't have the heart to tell them, like, hey, do you realize they're all owned by the TracFone brand? I just don't want to do that. TracFone, roll them into Verizon Prepaid, except Total by Verizon. I would say roll the TracFone into Total by Verizon. Let Total by Verizon be one entity that has all the previous TracFone customers, Net10 customers, Straight Talk customers. Have them all rolled into Total by Verizon, right? Leave Verizon Prepaid alone. Leave the ones who actually signed up for Verizon Prepaid to be the only ones on it. The ones that signed up with Visible, let them be the only ones that signed up on Visible to be on Visible. And all the ones that are on TracFone, put them all on Total by Verizon because they all know that Total and all them is TracFone related. So it will cause no confusion, right? The only difference is going to be like the price plan and such. Visible Wireless, baby. Get a number you can call for activation. Yeah. Or you know what? Let's just get rid of all these brand names and just roll them all into Verizon Prepaid. Boom. Yeah, I mean, we'll leave the MVNOs as the MVNOs, but let all the ones owned by Verizon just be all Verizon Prepaid. Simple as that. And then they can do it like they can change the logo for the Verizon Prepaid and put it as like blue. Kind of carry over the Visible thing over to it. So if you're Verizon Red, you are on postpaid. If you're Verizon Blue, you are on prepaid, and that could be one of the many ways to distinguish on what service connection you are on. That would be so totally awesome and cool. I wouldn't mind that at all whatsoever. I think that a lot of these prepaid brands that are actual prepaid brand like under the carrier should just consolidate to one. Just have your postpaid, have your prepaid, and be done with it. Honestly, I feel like that Cricket Wireless should roll into AT&T prepaid and just have AT&T and AT&T prepaid. But that's just me. Some people will disagree. Some people like different names, brand names, or whatever. I'm just like, keep it simple. Visible Wireless, the refer yourself network and get that. I know what you're talking about, Lawrence. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Refer yourself. Yeah. Get yourself those credits. And then sell the line to somebody else, right? Because if you keep the line for yourself, then you are in fact still paying $45 because you're paying $25 to your new line and $20 to your existing line. Honestly, I am not ready to return to work tomorrow, but then again, I am ready to return to work tomorrow because I've been out of work for a little while. And yeah, I want to get back to helping some customers tomorrow. I miss talking to customers. Believe it or not, I really enjoy my job. We also sent an email to Angie Klein, the new president of TrackPhone, and prepaid and the president of Visible, and complain about bringing a human call center to Visible. That wouldn't be so bad. No, you take the basic plan, so it's 10. Oh yeah, that's right. If you're on the plus plan, it'll be 20. If you're on the $30. Now the $30 obviously is going to be slightly capped data, right? I think that one still holds the 200 megabit per second download cap, which is kind of like weird because you kind of teeter off and get to like 230, 250. I mean, before they split these plans up when they had the Visible Legacy, even though they said it was capped at 200 megabits on 5G, I still pulled 235, 250 at times. So it was weird. But it would never go beyond 300. Like Visible will go beyond 300, at least when it's not busy. I'll run a speed test now. Show you guys. And that's another cool thing that I like. If you're not using your phone, ultra wideband turns off. I think that's pretty cool. It stays on battery. But when you, like, I'm going to run the speed test now. And in this speed test, the 5G ultra wideband should turn on. And yeah, it turned on, and we're hitting between 300 to 400 right now. So that's not bad at all. It is going good. That uplink, I like that uplink. That's going to be helpful for me with live streaming from the phone. I want to do more live streams traveling around my city to different spots and just kind of checking out. So 376 down, 50.5 up. That's the speeds I got right now. Then on my Pixel 5, because 5G Plus is not actually turned on here in my city, I threw the consumer cellular SIM card in the Pixel 5 since it's connecting to N2 and band 66. Just leave it at that. Whenever someone tells me like, hey, Dave, turn it on, whatever. But because it is my work phone and everything, I'm not really going to be using it all that much for like live streaming and stuff like that. Just basically emails to work, emails to work emails, and work phone calls and work text messages. But yeah, I looked into it, and my wife and I talked about it. So I'm gonna go for an iPhone 13 Pro through Consumer Cellular on their financing option. So I'm gonna finance the phone, and to get it in December, I'm gonna finance it and then pay it off in February. Just completely pay it off. And then I'll have my one iPhone, my one Android, which is my Pixel 7. This is my main device, and the iPhone. Because everyone, like at my job, they all use iPhones for like work and stuff like that. So it does make sense because they're like, when they're group chatting on iMessage. And if I have my work line on Android, I can't join in on the phone. I'll be the green bubble that's gonna piss them all off. So yeah. Right now I have my iPhone XS and it works good on there. I mean, but the iPhone XS is getting to that point where it'll eventually soon not be supported. And the iPhone 14 Pro, I'm not wanting to spend such a high bill. I mean, with the iPhone 13, like I looked at it again today for financing, and it's so it's $23 that I would put down to order the phone and have it shipped to me, and then every month I'm making a $16 payment for 24 months. Which is not bad. $16 plus $20 for my plan is $36. And then with taxes and fees, because Consumer Cellular doesn't do the taxes and fees included, so I'll probably be paying about $40 a month. Then my Visible line, $45 flat. So total in a month, I'm probably gonna be paying on the phone bills is like $80 something, which is fine. Do you have to lock your work phone in your desk? Yep. all cell phones, no matter if they're work phone or not work phone, all of those, and smartwatches. And you can't have your AirPods in or your Pixel Buds in. All those things. If it has a microphone, it cannot be out. It has to be in that desk. That desk is a metal desk, but the drawers are those metal file cabinet drawers with the lock. So that already distorts connection already. So yeah, I have to lock it away. Can't have it out, just because they're very big on CPNI. I'll say that much. I mean, I know I can't talk too much about the company because I don't want to get in trouble. Well, we're like an hour in, and I didn't label this video, so I'll take a chance. They'll scold me if they find out. But yeah, they're very big on CPNI. They really are, just because some stuff happened to the company. Can't go into that. I know for sure I can't go into that. But yeah, they do diligently watch what everyone does. And so like even me, like I'll tell you this much right now, if I was stupid to access my own account while I'm working, I would get fired immediately. Even if I just took a peek at my account, I would get fired, because there's no reason for me to not log in, but to pull up my account to look at something when I have access from either the mobile app or from my personal computer at home. So they'll fire you on the spot if you ever pull up your account. Does Consumer Cellular do trade-ins? If so, what you get for trading in the 10s for 13 Pro or 14? So I don't know specifically what the trade-in would be for the 10s if I traded it in for the 14 Pro. But we do have a thing called trade up, but it's not the same like how you would trade in, like say for Verizon or for T-Mobile or anything like that. So those it'll hit your account as bill credits, like one massive bill credit. So they don't break it up over time. Like if say like my iPhone 10s, because it doesn't have a cracked back, I have a skin on the back of the phone, but it is like shattered. So if they looked at that, but it does turn on, everything does work properly, and say they were to offer me $175 for it, then that would be a credit thrown onto my account. It wouldn't go towards the device payment. Do you miss important work calls due to... No, I don't, because we're all there. So if they really wanted to reach out to me, they would call me at the phone on my desk. So they have my... I don't want to say phone number, because it's not really a phone number. It's more of like the way that the system works. Like we have specific amounts of digits, but they're not 10 digits. So it's not like a full phone number, but they'll call me on there if they have to reach me. Yeah. And I'll usually get a DM that tells me like, hey, we're about to call you at this time. Make sure you're off a call. If you're on a call, respond back so we know. It's like that. How do you pay your bill if you can't access your account, but you could access it at home, pay your bill? So what I mean by that is that we have a system that we use that governs people's accounts. So it's not like the website. With this system, gives me the ability to turn visual voicemail on and off. It gives me the ability to turn on data connection on and off. It lets me change the price plan. It lets me swap the IMEI. This is their core system. And so it is not like accessing the mobile app or accessing the website from your home computer. This is their core system. So if they catch you going on your account in the core system, you'll get fired. Because this is where if you called in with complaints and you're like, we incorrectly billed you or something like that, if we were to apply credits back, this is a system we would put in the info for the credit, hit save, and it would apply to your next bill coming up. That's why. Because technically, if they didn't monitor people getting into their own accounts, people could be giving themselves $500 in credit and then quickly getting back out and not having a phone bill. Because already we're getting a discount for being employees. So rather than paying $50, we're getting a $30 discount. So we're only paying $20 a month for our phone line, and it's $20 per line. So if I had 4 lines on my account, it would be $80. So we're already getting some sort of discount, but people would access their own account and apply and so many adjustments that, yeah, they'd be stealing. I look at the website, it's only $109 for the 10s. Yeah, Yeah, so that would just come in as credits. But yeah, but I'm just gonna go with the 13 Pro. I mean, it's only a year behind. I don't need the super latest and greatest, and the dynamic island is not enough for me to go over to the 14 Pro. The 14 Pro has a lot of good things for it. I'm not trashing it. It's just I'll suffice on the 13 Pro, or even just a 13. Because it's a work phone, it's not really one that I'm gonna like superly use all the time. The Pixel 7 is what I superly use for everything, so it makes sense. $20 is already a steal. Yeah. So that's why we can't access their account. Apple is $160. Yeah, Apple will give you more. Apple will for sure give you more for it. Let's see. Close that out. I love my iPhone 13 mini. It's great. I don't think I'm gonna go with the 13, not the mini. I know the mini is smaller, pocketable. I heard that it has better battery life than the 12 mini. So I was going with like the 13 or the 13 Pro, but it's like something that's a little bit bigger in size, but not like the Max. The Max is freaking huge. I'm a small person. I'm a dwarf. Okay, I'm only 5'4", right? Like these hands, on very large devices, already a pain in the ass to grip them. So, yeah, it's not always a good thing. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Well, I was all like, "Why are you gonna get an iPhone?" Told her like everyone at work uses an iPhone, so this is just like the way to basically. It's a work phone, so it's not one that I'm going to be using all the time. People comment a lot about my small phone, but no Pro or Pro Max, 13 or 14. The dynamic island is just animations, but I do like that it just pops up the timer and other small functions without switching apps. Yeah. I know it's died down, but I remember there were people that were pissed off. They were superly pissed off because someone had developed the dynamic island version for Android, and it was customizable. Like if you had a hole punch camera in the top center, you could move it to where it comes out of there. If your camera punch out was to the far left, you can have it come out from there. But problem with that is that with Android phones, when you get notifications, a little box pops up anyways. So it covered that. So there was no point in having that. And like I told a lot of people, unless you could disable your notifications like that. See, I thought I deleted Reddit. Pixel 7 for $240 at Best Buy. Says people on Reddit right now in the Google Pixel subreddit. Yep, Pixel 7 for $240 at Best Buy. You heard it. Close out that notification. See, Pixel Watch comes in handy. Now, so anyone that wants it, pass that along to Sneed, because I know the morning live stream, Sneed asked me if he should trade in his Pixel 6 Pro for a Pixel 7. He has a 7 Pro, but he wants to grab a Pixel 7. So I'll pass it to Sneed later, but someone can pass it to him right now. Let him know that at Best Buy, it's only $240 for a Pixel 7. So if he just wants to just buy it and not trade in his Pixel 6 Pro and keep that, it's totally cool. iPhone 13 regular is $569 after the $160 at Apple, no monthly payments. Yeah, but if I wanted to get the iPhone 13 around now, then that would cut into my funds for the kids. Like this year, and I don't care how people judge me, but my kids don't know this. This year, my next 3 paychecks, I'm blowing it on them for Christmas. And I'm not going to dip into that for myself. So that's what I'm going to find. I'm going to finance it just fine. Everything gets taken out of my paycheck anyway, so I don't see it. I don't miss it because my phone payment is already going to get taken out of my paycheck. I have it set up that way. So when I have the financing for the iPhone 13 or 13 Pro, that's obviously my monthly bill. So it will take it out. Yeah, the option I was looking at was 128. Not this. I don't think, does it have a 64? What's up, B-Tech? I don't know if it had a 64 gig model. I don't know if 12 does. Or I could just go with the iPhone 11 Pro. I know it's not 5G capable, but I really don't care about the 5G connection. Maybe I can go with that one too. I know we have one for sale, or we are selling it on our website, finance wise. So it's between the 11 Pro and the 13 Pro is what I'll go with. No 64 gig for pros. Yeah. But for the regular one, there'd be a 64 gig one. Yeah, that's the only reason why I'm financing it. If I wasn't going to, then yeah, I would buy it out. There's several places that you can, that here in my city, there's shops. There's several of them that you can go and test out the phone, make sure you can check the battery percentage in person, pop your SIM in there, make sure that it's working before you actually buy it. And yeah, you can inspect the phone. So rather than just reading an online description that says lightly used, in a case all the time type of thing, you can actually just make sure and just look at the entire body of the phone, and then you can buy them here. And I would go that route too, just to get one in hand if I wanted to buy one straight out. Like, I'm not rich, you know, and even if I have money coming in and stuff like that, I still don't say I'm rich. I'd be honest with everybody, if I hit the lottery, I would secretly keep all that shit hush. I wouldn't want anyone to know that I hit the lottery. If I hit big and got millions, I'm still poor. The only thing I would ever do with that money is help my family and help my close friends and help somebody that needs it. And that's that. And then put the rest away and live off of it. Invest some of it so I can retain some sort of kickback to continue to live off of. About yours for $649. That's what's up. Hope everyone has good holiday. Yeah, kind of pissed off though that my wife's schedule changed and they got her working more hours this week. At least Thanksgiving Day, she's still getting off at 5 o'clock in the evening. They haven't changed that, but I'm just pissed that they added on more hours. I mean, the company's screwed anyways, because I know they don't like paying overtime. And literally, like, just this week alone, she's looking at like 55 hours of overtime, possibly, depending. So yeah, she's gonna get a pretty good check. It was new under contract. Oh, okay. Yeah. The only thing that's like weird about consumer cellular though is like if you buy an Android device, like if I bought the Pixel 6a from them and say I financed that phone, it would be SIM unlocked in 30 days. So you would just have to keep it on consumer cellular for 30 days. After that, it's unlocked. You can put whatever SIM you want in it. But with iPhones on consumer cellular, it's 180 days. So it's 6 months. 6 months you would have to have it on consumer cellular before it's SIM unlocked to go on to another carrier. It's crazy. I've been hustling on Walmart Spark. That's nice. I see a lot of people doing a lot of those DoorDashes and Walmart Spark, Uber Eats, and all that stuff. So, you know, that's great. It's good. It's, you know, it's a side hustle for you. You're enjoying it. You still have iPhone 13 Pro as your main daily. Yeah. I mean, personally, like and what probably happen too is that if I don't work for this company anymore, I would sell the phone. UScellular was the same for mine. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm only getting it from work. Apple is unlocked from day one. From day one, even with EIP. Yeah, but like I said, I'm not going to buy it directly from Apple. I'm not going to spend that money on it this year. And it's like, I guess my reasoning why I'm going to spoil the hell out of my kids this year is because they endured a lot over the last 2 years. And so, yeah, why not? You know, like, besides getting Christmas gifts, we are taking a Christmas vacation. Just us, me and my wife and my kids, nobody else. We're not going to visit anybody. We're just going to disappear from the world We already have a place that we're going to, guaranteed to snow out there, guaranteed wildlife like deer and stuff like that. And yeah, we're just gonna like get away. So to get all that, gifts, tree, everything to set up there, yeah, it's gonna be a grip, but it's worth it. Like, money is not the ultimate thing for me. I will make money, and I don't mind paying the bills and then buying what my kids want afterwards. I don't need, I don't need fancy things to that nature. And that's one thing that my dad always, like, I guess, instilled into me. So that's the reason that I'm like that. I mean, no disrespect to other people. I know some people live their life the way they want to, and that's great. Like, you do you, and I will never say you have to live your life a certain way. But there are men out there who really care about their clothes, jewelry and stuff, shoes that they wear. And it's like, I'm just not one of those guys. I don't care. First of all, I ain't out to impress anybody. I have my wife. I love my wife, and she loves me. So, as long as she loves me, that's great. Do I have nice clothes to wear? Yeah, of course. When I go out on a date with her, I'm not going to go dressed like how I normally do in shorts, slippers, and freaking hoodie, beanie, or whatever like that. I'll get dressed up to go out on a date with her when we actually get to have a date night, because it's hard for us nowadays, both of us working, her shifts switching all over the place just because they don't have enough supervisors to cover, and she's a workhorse of her team. So the rest of her team likes getting their 2 days off work and likes working 8 hours. So they allocate a lot of the time that they need for for a fourth and fifth supervisor. They allocate those times and put it on my wife. So she ends up getting 9-hour shifts, 10-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts, 16-hour shifts. And it's like, she's not even a nurse. She's not even a nurse or a CNA or any of that. That's crazy. She gets all those hours. Better to buy half gifts and the other half saving accounts for kids. Then they already have a savings account. Like, the stuff that I do to spoil on them wouldn't be things that I would put for their future. Their future already has stuff automatically going in. Like, the way that myself and my wife handle our finances is the stuff that we want for them, for their college and things like that, that's already taken out and put in. So like, my direct deposits doesn't have my full check direct deposited, because percentages goes in different accounts. And that's, so whatever's in my checking account, that's what I'm messing with. That's what I'm paying stuff with. The other accounts, I don't look at them. So it's out of sight, out of mind. So they are good. They got a thing in place that their mom set up for them, that we put money in every paycheck, and a percentage kind of goes in every month, as like it builds on it, a percentage. So percentage comes from the credit union, not from our pocket. I forgot what it's called. I appreciate that, Gene. I try to be like what I can be. I don't consider myself a great dad or the best dad, because there's always room for improvement. I always feel like there's always going to be room for improvement for me. But I try to give my kids the same thing that my dad gave me. So if these things sounds great, you can only imagine what my dad did for me when I was growing up, before I started getting into trouble and breaking away from him and running the streets and doing dumb shit. But you can imagine what my dad was like. My dad, he did a lot for me and my sister. We were so hung up on the divorce between him and my mom that we were blinded by our own anger to actually see all the things that my dad was doing. Because my dad raised me and my sister more. My mom was in and out our life. She wanted my dad to take me and my sister because my dad was in the military. So she considered him stable. And when he got out of the military, he worked civil service, which is contracted to the military base. So again, he was still stable. And my mom just felt like she couldn't do it. So my dad raised me and my sister mostly. And my parents are the same way. I was a mess when I was younger. Were you able to find a PS5 and Xbox Series X for your kids? No, I wasn't able to. That is something that my oldest son has been saving up for it. So like he's heavy into video games. He's loving working his own job and buying his own things. And It's like weird because he works to save money for himself for when he finishes high school. He puts money away for that. And like the 30% that he uses to buy stuff with from his paycheck, he'll buy him something and then he buys his younger sibling something too. So it's like he'll either, buy them a new toy, order them like one of those plushy things from Amazon, or he loads their Roblox with Robux so they can buy things on their Roblox game. And he does those types of things. So I know that's what he's gunning for, is a PS5. That way they can all play, because when he's not online gaming with his friends from school, he plays video games with my younger ones here. I know him and my youngest son today, they were playing Persona 5. He's teaching my son how to play that. So, but yeah, they'll get one. I think so. Like right now, my son is really trying to show responsibility, just because I think I said it on a live stream about a month or 2 months ago. He already had approached me. He wants to get his driver's license, but for me, he has to show me that he's responsible before I even let him get a driver's license right now, or he can wait until he's 18 and get it on his own. Reason being that right now he has to show me responsibility is because there's no way I'm going to put him behind a wheel if he's irresponsible. No way. I'm not losing a child because of irresponsible choice or drunk drivers out here in the city. Yeah, they come in and out. I think some of the places here, like Target and Walmart, they got back orders, and so people have already paid for like the PS5s, and when they become available, they get an email notification to come to the store to pick it up. So they go there and pick it up. I always thought that was wrong, but I don't know if they do it where it's like if they get like 100 of them, like 50 of them are for the online orders that are back ordered, and the other 50 are for on-floor purchase. I don't know how they do it, but I do know like as soon as they come in, hours later they are gone. So I know my son is like, he has something set in place where like different places that he goes and buys these things from, like he gets alerts when they become available. And he won't wait for me and his mom, since he doesn't drive. He will take the train to where he needs to go to get it. Like that's how determined he is. So he'll have one soon, for sure. For sure, he'll have one soon. But yeah, when he shows me he's a little bit responsible, then yeah, for sure, I'll take him to start learning how to drive. I'll take him to get his permit, and then after he gets his permit, then we'll start practicing driving. I know that he's on his downtime, he is studying for the exam, so we'll see. We shall see. Because when he's 18, I told him when he's 18, I make no decisions for him. The only decisions I will make are based on the house, like house rules, right? Like, hey, you're gonna go out with your friends. Here's a key to the house, but please don't come stumbling drunk at 2 o'clock in the morning because everybody else is asleep. Like come home at a decent time, midnight, latest maybe 1 o'clock in the morning. If you're gonna stay out all night, that's your choice. Stay out all night. You're 18. You do what you want. That type of thing. Like he doesn't believe in it because like I am strict with my rules. But I told him, like, when you're 18, you're an adult. You make your choices. You gotta live with those choices too. Like you cannot make a decision and blame somebody else. It's not how it's gonna work. He's kind of being taught that right now. Like his money that he gets from his job, I don't care what he does with it. If he goes and he buys a subscription to PH to watch on his phone, hey, that's up to him. I told him with his paychecks, he does whatever he wants with it because he worked and earned that money. I have no place to tell him what he should do with his finances. Now, if he asks me for advice, I will advise him on what he should do with it. But that doesn't mean he has to follow it. If he doesn't follow it, there's no right for me to be angry or disappointed. And it's weird because like he still kind of lies about what he buys with his paycheck because he's afraid like, his mom and I will get mad, and we're just looking at him like, that's your money, dude. You do what you want with it. We have no say at all whatsoever. Now, if it's my money, that's different because that's my money, He's a good kid. Got a good head on his shoulders. just needs to learn more about life in the streets and stuff like that. More of the outside world. He's very book smart, very tech savvy. Life skills, not there yet. But he will get there. At one point in time, he will. Yeah, we'll see. See how that works. Anyways, I am going to call it a night. It's like 7 o'clock already, so I should call it a night. Be able to, get prepped for bed. Be up early tomorrow. Take my old self to work, and I was gonna take the train home, but I'd rather get home earlier, so I'm probably gonna get an Uber home. And yeah, we'll see. Anyways, I want to thank everybody for coming in. Gene, be on the lookout for the invite on Tuesday, and so I can test out the whole YouTube app dual person live stream. That would be so cool. I haven't done it yet. As you can tell, you can look at my YouTube channel. I've done live streams. I haven't done it yet. And this is and this dual live stream again is not using Restream. It's using the YouTube app. In the YouTube app, you are able now to invite somebody onto your live stream. Instead of creating a live stream from the mobile app, you hit go live together. That allows you to bring somebody on as a guest in your live stream. I'm gonna assume it's split screen like Instagram's. I don't think it would be like left and right, just because unless you're streaming landscape. If it's portrait mode, then I would think it's up and down. But that would be kind of weird because somebody's always going to be blocked. So maybe it might just be like this, but like very smaller windows with like avatars or the person's face in their little window box right here like that, and the comments down here like that. I'm interested in seeing how it looks. So yes, thank you, Brian. I really appreciate it. It's about that time I go take medicine again. I can feel my throat burning right now from this long conversation and everything like that. And I'm only doing that because if I feel like crap and I still go to work tomorrow, I got to make it through the day talking to customers on the phone. So this was like practice for me to make sure I can do it and how to push through it and everything. So, but yeah, happy holidays to everybody. Happy Thanksgiving early. I'm doing another live Tuesday. So I think, yeah, we'll talk about Thanksgiving on that live stream. I think also I'm going to talk about the Halloween Ends, and just, I think people had enough time to watch that movie. So now I can really just tear into it, why I think it was garbage and all that good stuff. So you guys have a good night. Be safe out there. Snow, love from my family to yours. Love you guys very much. Just be cool. And yeah, I'll DM you on Twitter when I'm like an hour before I go live. So when I set up the live stream, well, no, half an hour before I go live, I'll send you I'll DM you to let you know I'm going to, because I don't know how it works on the YouTube app, but at least you'll be aware that I'm going to go live, and then you'll be able to join in once you get the invite. But yeah, you guys be cool. We are good. And yeah, see you guys later. Peace.